Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of DW's Chop Shop. We are finally going to start to take apart our 1992 Sportster 883 engine. If you're following along, this is a real nice hardtail project. We've built a hardtail, we've done the suspension work, the front suspension work, we got the brakes set up, we pretty much have a good roller ready to go. I recently got that back from powder coating, and this is the color that everything is going to be, and it's textured. So this is the gas tank and fender and battery box and stuff. I think it's going to look really good along with some nice black. What we're going to do with this is I gave Dan at Hammer Performance a call, and I said, I want to go fast. He said, okay, all I need is a credit card. So we're going to send these heads up to Hammer Performance, and they're going to get some pretty serious work done to them. We're going to have a 1275 kit. We're going to get some 560 cams. We're going to get a bigger clutch. And this thing should be putting out around 100 horsepower. Also, I think a Mikuni HS42 carburetor. But so this 45 horsepower motor will be about 100 horsepower when we get all done with it. Today, what we're going to do is we're just going to pop these heads off and get the jugs off. And then I'll probably do some more disassembly videos afterwards. So, next week might be the cam chest coming off, and then the week after we might pull the clutch. But anyways, let's get into it. First thing we got to do is pop our rocker covers off. And these rocker covers, somebody has decided to put these really freaking annoying little decorative plugs in, and I hate them. So I'm going to pop those out. I'm going to pop those off everything. Okay. Next thing is we're going to knock all these bolts out. And I have coffee cans and bags and all this stuff so we can remember where things go and what they do. And I've never taken a Sportster motor apart, so this will be a fun learning experience for all of us. So it looks like most of this is going to be 3/16, maybe quarter.
Generation, I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Call it to
Clean. So now you look in here, and we have our rocker arms, right? And our valves here, and our push rods come up on this side. So that's pretty easy. So next things that we're going to take off is going to be these bolts, and we should be able to lift our rocker assembly out.
On a small screen nation, we control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too ancient.
Looks like we're going to have a 3/16 and then some 7/16 in here. Yep.
Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah.
Something kind of fun is this motor has like 72,000 miles on it, and I'm pretty sure it's stock rings and pistons. I'm interested to see how good this motor looks once we get to that point. Oops.
I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff.
Those lift right off. And they look, all you look for on these, pretty simple, but you look on these edges and make sure it's still rounded, smooth. And this doesn't look bad here. This is where your rocker runs, and then your push rod sits in that cup there, right there. And you just make sure those aren't worn down any, and everything here looks pretty good. We'll get into checking shaft play and all that crap. We got to go through the manual for that. Today's disassembly. Another thing is your push rods might be different lengths, right? So pull these out, and they are for sure, see a little bit of difference there, different lengths. So if you noticed, your exhaust is your long one, and it's got 3 dashes on this one. Your intake is your shorter one, and it's got 1 dash on this one. Also, these are red, these are brown. I don't know about colors. I don't know how that'll change, but that's gonna let us remember what goes where. And if we come over to this side, the push rods are labeled the same, right? Which means if I pull out either intake, they should be exactly the same size, which they are. So it looks like your intakes are interchangeable and your exhausts are interchangeable. Perfect. Take these ones over here. Also, I would recommend to take pictures of this kind of stuff as you do it. I'm recording the whole damn thing, so I can go back and just kind of take a look. See. Now, what's next? We got to get our intake manifold off, and then we can start busting off our, it looks like 4 head bolts. Yep. All right. And the intake manifold is held on with just some Allen keys, right? So I might need to go old school on those. I don't know if I can get a socket in there. And normally this intake would, there it goes, pull right off. So that's off. We're going to pop these shitty covers off. I gotta find whatever crappy Allen key that is, and we'll take our spark plugs out. Ran a little rich. That's what happens when you have straight pipes on an untuned carburetor. So here's this off, and now we just have our head bolts. Now, if you look at those, you know, that's not your regular 6-pointed bolt, like so. But please don't get scared. These are just 12 points. And if you don't know, that's a 12-point socket, that's a 6-point socket. And it looks like those are 1/2 inch 12 points. Jump up to the 1/2 inch impact gun for this one. Same thing on these ones. Now, these are also nuts, believe it or not. They're not bolts, they're studs that come up and hold your jugs in place. And these screw down onto those studs. Very interesting. And there is a size difference between your inside stud, which is your long one, and your stud by your spark plugs, which is your short one. And here is a head full of oil. Set that back down for a second. You always want somewhere soft to set these, but sit down. take a look, see what we're working with. Okay. Bunch of oil, that's pretty normal. But I mean, this thing is just black. This engine has seen better days, and it's greasy and oily. I think this thing had 72,000 miles on it here before we went to tear it down. You can see these are 883 heads, it's cast on here. So it should be pretty well stock everywhere else. Wow. All right, that's one. And the heads are also labeled front and rear, so you can't mix them up. What's this one look like? Same thing, oil. Yeah, man, same exact thing. Bunch of carbon buildup. Yeah. Oh, these should pop right off, and they are all the same length. I believe that the jugs should come right up out of here now too. Yep. Hot on the piston rings. Wow. Okay, so you hear a lot of guys talk big game about these Evo engines. Of course, there's some carbon buildup that came off of the pistons. But look at that. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but I can still see the freaking factory crosshatch in there. Wow. Very nice. Also trash. Same thing. Factory cross hatching. Looks great. Also, trash. Couldn't tell you where I picked. Oh, I can tell you where I picked these up. 9-finger fabrications. I got these up in TMMR, but they're magnetic, like rod holders to keep your pistons up. And keep crud out of your motor. All right, let's see here. Got our Harbor Freight pick set. And all I'm gonna do is come in here and force up behind this ring, put my thumb over it so she don't fly. Yeah, here we go. Force my way around. And one more reason that these are handy, because if I didn't have my thumb there to deflect that, I almost guarantee it would go down, because they always fuck. Do it one more time here. See, this one is way off, but they move easy enough so that I can bring it down, or where I can get in this little hole, get up behind it. There we go. And that's it. Check the other side. Sometimes there's another lock. Normally you only need to take one side out. Clips on this side. You should be able to I would like to remind everyone that I'm not using these. They're trash. Also, you see how hard I'm beating on that, right? And there's a piston that is off. That's the front piston. So we'll slide over here and set it with the front jug. Do the rear. All right, let's do the rear. Now you're going to watch when this piston kind of falls, and then, well, this one won't fall. Give her a couple of, there we go. That's a piston. So some things you look for on these, right, is you might see some scarring on the front or rear skirts. I mean, these look freaking great. You might see some dings or dents around the top of the piston. Like this carbon buildup is honestly not bad. It doesn't hurt anything. Take a look-see at your rings. You know, these ones look fine. I mean, this engine ran great before I decided to take it apart to do stupid shit to it. So, at this point, right here, if you didn't give two shits about your motor, or you're not even that, if you had one that was a little lower mileage and you know the bottom end is in great condition, at this point you are ready to slap on your 1275 kit or 1200 kit or whatever you want to do. I mean, that's it. It's not a real hard job. So we're going to go ahead and end here. Next video, we'll pull the cam chest apart because I'm sitting right in front of it. So appreciate you guys tuning in. I apologize that I haven't been making as much content. I've been kind of busy with school and some other bullshit. So it is summertime. Garage doors open. So I'm doing motorcycle stuff with my motorcycle friends. Well, I don't have any friends, but I'm doing motorcycle stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, on to the next one. I hope this helps somebody.